So be as safe as possible when you are leaving a toxic or narcissistic relationship. And if you're new here, I have narcissistic personality disorder. So when my wife had left me last year, she left when I was gone. She didn't tell me she was leaving. I came back and she was gone. She sent me a text message when I was like 5 minutes from the house saying that she wouldn't be there. And she did that to protect herself because I know I'm not physically abusive, but I am a good talker. I can talk people pretty much into doing anything I want them to do. And she knew that she might be vulnerable to that. I can cry. I can do all this other stuff. So you need to leave as safely as possible sometimes because some people are physically abusive. Some people think that they own you and that you belong to them. So you have to protect yourself. She said he's becoming unglued, which means he might physically harm her because he thinks he owns her. So sometimes when you leave, you need to ghost them. You don't tell them that you're leaving until you're already gone for your own safety and your kids' safety. Because narcissists will pop up, they'll blow your phone up, they'll pop up at your job, your work, your house, everywhere because they don't want to lose ownership. Stay safe. Hope this helps.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform on social media, over 1 million people now, to raise awareness for narcissistic personality disorder, get more people into therapy like myself, 4 years strong, and also validate the victims and survivors of this disorder as well. If this is your first, well, I said it already. This series, I just take my TikToks and my YouTube shorts and make them longer. They are 60 seconds or less. This is going to be longer than 60 seconds. So, the video you just watched was about leaving a narcissist. Left yesterday, he's becoming unglued. And yes, y'all, yes, y'all. Before you get started, I know, the world knows, we know that women can be narcissists. This person that's dealing with a narcissist just happens to be a woman. And she said, a cisgender woman, she said, he left yesterday, he's becoming unglued. Left yesterday, he's becoming unglued. And that's why I tell y'all, if you, like I said in that video, my wife left me, not high and dry, but she was gone when I got home. That's how you have to do it sometimes. And no, I'm not physically violent, but some of these people will get physically violent on you, kidnap you, or restrain you from leaving them. Sometimes I'm going to give them ultimatum. I'm telling them I'm going to leave. And no, they won't let you leave. They'll restrain you into their house and won't let you leave their life. You need to call some people. Don't try to do it by yourself. Call people. Get help. Get help. And leave in the way you best see fit. Because discarding a narcissist causes one of the biggest narcissistic injuries. Because we won't take blame. The narcissist will not take blame for why you are leaving. It's always going to be something that you did. Literally. It's always going to be something that you did. Literally. Always. It's not anything to do with you. I mean, it's always going to be something that you did. Blaming you. And so if you leave, if you ghost them, and they have to sit in their thoughts, like they have to sit in the house, all the bad thoughts about you are going to come up. Because they're going to think, the first thing they're going to think is you're cheating on them. You left them for somebody else. And that's when people go berserk. That's when people become unglued. Even if they've been cheating on you, even if they moved on to another relationship, even if they, that's when people go berserk. When they think that you are replacing them, or that you have actively replaced them. That's when people go the most berserk. Literally, I'm telling you straight up, and that's how it is right there. That's when people literally go berserk because they think that you are replacing them. That's where the mind goes. When my wife left me, I'm like, who did she leave me for? Well, again, I'm not physically violent to women. Men, you come at me, I'm violent as hell. So try something. You see me in public, like there's Lee Hammond, my wife left because of him. Go ahead and try to come up on me. Bap. I'm violent too. Try me. But literally, that's where they go to, y'all. Like I said, I'm not physically violent, but people will literally like they'll go crazy because the only thing they can think of is you with somebody else. Even if they have been actively cheating on you, even if the reason you left is because you caught them cheating on you, their first start goes to you replacing them with somebody else, and they go berserk. They know that they lost. You see, like, narcissists regret something, they regret it in that moment. But it automatically shifts back to blaming you. You were not strong enough to give me another chance. You walked out on me. I'm going to unalive myself because of you. The threats happen. Y'all, if somebody threatens to unalive themselves, listen to this and listen carefully. Because emotional manipulation, threatening suicide, to unalive themselves, threatening to do that to themselves, it's emotional manipulation. And listen to this right here, y'all. I know I said it earlier. Listen to this right here. No, more than likely, they're not going to do anything to themselves. But in the small chance that they do, what do you think that they will do to you? If you think that they'll unalive themselves and they care about themselves that little, what do you think that they will do to you? Literally, honestly, what do you think that they will do to you? I need to know. Open your mouth and let me know right now. If they care so little about themselves to threaten and unalive themselves, if they become unglued enough to start cutting themselves and hurting themselves, what do you think that they will do to you? What do you think going back is going to do? Oh, I'm going to go back to keep them alive, to keep them on this planet. What do you think they will do to you? They have no care for you. You think that they care more about you than they do themselves? That's a narcissist. You think that they care more about you than they do themselves actually. What is going on in your mindset right there to have you thinking that? You honestly think they're like, they care about me more than they care about themselves? Hell no. I'm going to keep it 100% real with you. They do not care about you more than they care about themselves. That's impossible. That's a narcissistic. That person has narcissistic personality disorder or high traits. They don't have to be a full-blown narcissist. Blah, blah, blah. I understand that. But do you think that person cares more about you than themselves? No. Okay, cool. We covered that. So if they will unalive themselves, what the hell do you think going back to them is going to do? What do you think? But like, I know you don't want to have that guilt. Well, maybe if I'd have went back, he wouldn't have did it. Maybe if I went back, she wouldn't have actually done it. So what? That what blows my mind. Because here's where the lack of empathy for me kicks in. I'm like, if they're gonna do it, let them do it. That's how my mind goes. If they're gonna do it because they did something so terrible to you, like they cheated on you with your friend, your cousin, whatever. They had a baby within your marriage. They got somebody else pregnant within their marriage, or they got pregnant by somebody else while y'all married or together, and they gonna unalive themselves because they hurt you so bad. Let them do it. Why do you feel bad for them unalive themselves for some harm that they did to you? Like and they're not gonna do it. And just okay, call the suicide hotline. Call them and just say, hey, look, or call the police. Do a wellness check. Let them do it because they're not gonna do it, y'all. I know 1% of people are gonna get on here and like, well, mom actually did. Not your fault. Release that guilt. It was not your fault. There's nothing you can do. You can and a lot of times they'll threaten. A lot of times they'll threaten to do it when they cheat on you. When they cheat on you, you catch them. When they have a baby outside your marriage and you catch them, that's when they'll start to threaten themselves. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I promise you, I'm gonna do it. And you'll end up staying and watch this person raise another baby and have a whole nother family. How do you feel? You'll stay with that person, watch this person raise a whole nother family while y'all are married. How does that make you feel? I need to know. Because I know 99.9% of the people who hop on her or they have dealt with emotional manipulation are going to hop on her and be like, yeah, he threatened it or she threatened it, and they're still alive to this day. Most people are going to tell you. They're like, hey, I'm not condoning unaliving oneself. I'm not condoning that. I just don't be held hostage by somebody else threatening to do that. Don't be held hostage in a relationship like that, y'all. I done lost track of what I was saying. I started ranting because I hate that, y'all. You want to trigger me? Send me something like that. What was I talking about? Unglued. Okay, yeah. It's still it's the same thing. Becoming unglued. If they will harm themselves, they will harm you. Point blank period. And unglued, sometimes you have to get a restraining order on people, y'all. Especially if there's been domestic violence involved. If they put their hands on you before, they'll put their hands on you again. I promise you that. I can promise you. That's another thing I can promise you. If they've done it before, they'll do it again. Promise you. I can promise you that. Honest to goodness truth. Take back your power. Stand in your truth, y'all. And leave in the way that you best see fit. If it's ghosting them, I know having kids makes it different. But if you're leaving them, the safest way you see fit is the best way. Like, take care of yourself, protect your peace. If you have kids, protect your kids. You know what I mean? Protect yourself. You have to. That's the honest to God truth. I want to see people win. Like, Lee, you get supply from this. I only get supply when you win. Lee, what are you getting from this? I see your page and I think you're getting narcissistic supply from it. I only get supply if I help you win. That's it. That's the answer right there. Literally, that's it. I want to be the reason that you won. I want to be the person that you congratulate, the person that you thank for helping you get through it. That's my supply. If that makes you mad or that makes you cringy or uncomfortable on this page, peace. Don't come back on here. Everybody who's been watching me since the beginning, since May 19th of 2020, knows what I've been doing, knows my goal. I made my goal very, very clear. Anyways, y'all, I really truly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Mental Illness is out. Peace.